Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you in another video. Alright, so the Los Angeles Lakers play the Sacramento Kings tonight, and honestly, it's hard to keep up with this team as it pertains to the X's and O's because they're such a bad squad that you want to just go into a tangent about how bad they are and how much you want them to make changes, and that is exactly what I did at the end of the last game. But to be honest with you, the Clippers did provide us a lot to look at in regards to the matchup. And the most important thing that we needed to take away from that game was that the Lakers, was for the second game in a row, basically got beat at the free throw line. At the free throw line, of all things. Um, but the thing about it is, for whatever reason, the fouls themselves didn't seem to be a crazy disparity in either of the games. Like, for example, we had 24 fouls to their 20 in this previous game. So it was like, how did they get to the line so much and then account for so many more points than us? But I think this is just one of those situations where we're just going to have to control our fouls, and we're going to have to do a better job of trying to limit the 3-point plays and things of that nature. You know, that's another thing. Guys finishing through contact and stuff like that. We're just going to have to do a much better job of defending the rim and fouling less if possible. So, to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to break down the game that's ahead because there'll be no Bron, and chances are Anthony Davis may be out as well with some type of a illness of some sort. Now, the Bron thing is an abductor strain, some type of leg injury, doesn't need no surgery, but we don't know when he's going to be back, so he's just going to play it by ear, and that is that. Anthony is a non-COVID related illness. Not really sure anything outside of that. It's just out unknown at this time. Schroeder and TB, still no word on them, so I'm imagining they will not be available tonight. This team's bad, man, and we're getting worse by the second. I think our stars are starting to lose patience. They want us to make a move. Fans are going to be protesting at the building tonight, 5 o'clock. I won't be going myself, but if you guys are going, be safe. Be safe, have a good time, and be sure to keep it very, very respectful. That is what I request. Please keep it respectful. Get home safely. This is one of those situations where tonight's game, obviously we're going to be going up against a very good young Sacramento Kings squad. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers in the last game, and just like everybody against the Cleveland Cavaliers, they got out rebounded by a lot. How that has anything to do with us, it doesn't, unfortunately, because we don't provide the size advantage that the Cleveland Cavaliers would provide over them, so I don't think that's going to translate at all. They did beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, however, and they did it by turning the ball over a lot less than Cleveland. They only turned the ball over 9 times in that game. Now, I don't know if that's a regular thing for the Sacramento Kings or not, but we're going to need to force more turnovers against them if we want to have any success. Now, here's the thing. As we know, and we've talked about this a lot, and we've seen this team a lot too, since we've seen them in the preseason and the regular season already. They force steals. They got players who do that thing very well, specifically. Keegan Murray gets a steal a game pretty much. Got guys like Davis that get steals, Fox gets steals, Sabonis gets steals. They all get steals. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these guys. Kevin Huerter, big-time shooter, coming into his own. He's had moments in Atlanta where you saw spurts of him being able to show exactly what his upside is. But I think his role in Sacramento is a bit better because they have a little less in the way of him getting the minutes, I guess. Although, as I think about it, they do have guards too there pretty much. But he's still able to get a really good rotation of minutes, and he's doing a lot with them. So Kevin Huerter is going to be somebody who's going to get a lot of looks tonight. And if we're going to have any success, we're going to have to guard the perimeter. And that starts with stopping him out there at the three-point line. Also, Keegan Murray, one of my favorite young rookies, kind of been dealing with some injury issues here and there. I think he's had some type of illness or something, but he's back. He'll be healthy tonight. And that's a problem because obviously this is a fantastic player on both ends of the floor. Somebody who's about 6'10", can rebound the ball, who's going to do a lot of things, put the ball on the floor. Future all-star, basically. Maybe even a little better than that. So, yeah, we need to take him very seriously. He and Harrison Barnes, basically same build, same height, same weight. They got 2 Harrison Barnes out there, and that is a very dangerous thing. Harrison's coming off a very good game against Cleveland, from what I understand. His numbers were pretty good, as well as Sabonis. So we definitely expect those players to play well against us tonight. De'Aaron Fox, of course, you have to keep an eye on him. I'm trying to recite in my mind the idea that he might have locked Darius Garland down. I know Darius Garland's coming back from injury, but in the box score, Darius Garland went 1 for 9. So I don't know what the defensive assignment was. I don't know what led to that. I don't know how that goes. But 1 for 9, that's something to think about. So we're definitely going to have to adhere to the Sacramento defense. At the end of the day, this is a very good defensive and three-point shooting team. So that leaves us at a disadvantage, to say the least. They had 17 three-point shots made in their last game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's pretty much something that I know we will not be able to match, and we need not try to. So guarding the perimeter is everything against this team. And holding on to the basketball and understanding that you can't take chances with passes, and you can't take chances with your dribble against this team. Two things that must be understood. Malik Monk, another guy. Herder, Monk, Murray, these guys are snipers. They're going to shoot the ball all night long. And we're going to have to just be ready for that. I don't really know how the heck we're going to guard these guys, but we're going to have to try to find a way to do so without Anthony Davis potentially, and definitely without the King. So, who's going to be very important tonight for the Lakers? Troy Brown. That's the first name that comes to mind for me tonight. And the reason why that is because he's just naturally an aggressive player, which I really, really like, because he's a young guy. He's only like 23 years old, 22 years old, but he's already very much intent on getting the shot up, as well as doing things on the defensive end. Now, as we continue to coach him up and he continues to remain aggressive, I'm wondering what he's going to turn himself into, because he doesn't seem to be bashful at all, and he does seem to have a nice stroke from pretty much anywhere he takes it from. So I'd like to see him expand his game, continue to play within his wheelhouse, of course, and help us. As a small forward, he's getting all the minutes in the world. If he has some real upside up here, to show, now is the time. That's simple as that. He should have all the looks in the world. Now, I'm not sure if Walker will be available tonight. It would be great if he were as well, because obviously this would be a great night for him to get a bunch of shots up. But I'm not sure if he'll be available to us for the game against Sacramento Kings. So, just an undermanned basketball team. What can I say, you guys? Half our talent is missing, and the other half is just not talented. I mean, let's just be real. Guys are hurting out there, but we're trying to squeeze the most out of these guys. A guy like Austin Reeves, just taking steps backwards, in my opinion. I've been talking him up, but he hasn't done a whole lot to make me feel like I'm doing a good job doing so, because he's just going out there running around and doing nothing. I said he's doing the Tony Snell, and then the Lakers turn around and bring Tony Snell in for a workout. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's like we are doing a great job of running players out there that are just not doing anything, giving them 30 minutes, and they're just not giving us 30 minutes worth of basketball production. So naturally, we would bring Tony Snell in, of course, because he's known for that. So this is why I want us to just kind of take a step back. I know everybody's trying to adhere to the Lakers fan base. Obviously, we're going to be protesting and all that stuff, and people are upset, and everybody's talking. But what needs to be understood is that if the Lakers do the wrong thing, it's going to put them in a worse hole. And that's what we were talking about last night in the video. And I just don't want us to do that. So it's easy to get really excited about bringing in a guy like Bradley Beal. But when you look at his contract and you realize that's a $54 million on the last of that, at the end of that thing, the final year is $54 million. We're already dealing with Russell Westbrook at 47. You want to add on a 50, something like, come on, man. Lakers need to just get their heads out of their backsides, understand that nothing, absolutely nothing is going to help them more so than resetting their timeline. Nothing. All that other stuff is fool's gold. And you're not selling it to your fans because we are not buying it. We know better. It's crap. We're telling you now. It's garbage. Don't do it. You know what I mean? This ain't like the Russell Westbrook thing where we're like, yeah. No, we're not. What the fans want you to do is trade everybody for picks. That is what we want if we have any sense. Some of the fans don't have no sense. So they were willing to go all in for LeBron James and hope to God we get a championship. I know better. I absolutely know better. We're going to lose. So what we need to do is lose for a purpose. I cannot stress it enough. Games like tonight, it doesn't matter. You're going to lose. Why? The whole team is missing. Why is your whole team missing? I'll tell you why your whole team's missing. Because you keep leaning on guys that don't have good injury history. LeBron James, since he's been here, has been injury prone. He's missing games left and right. He building around somebody like that who cannot stay healthy is just not smart. In a league where it's full of young kids. And then you look at Anthony Davis, obviously that's the situation there too. So it's like, and they want to continue to, let's bring us another injury-prone superstar to put it together. Like Bradley Beal misses like 30 games a year, man. What are we doing? It's just stupidity. It is stupidity. And it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, I get it. Anthony Davis and LeBron James want you to go get Bradley Beal. Why? Because they know they're about to lose. You feel me? They know they're about to lose. So what they want the Lakers to do is what the Lakers intended to do, to go all in for their timeline, because that makes sense for them as superstars. They don't care about the franchise, so long as they can lead the franchise as far as they can take the franchise. Whatever happens to the franchise without them leading it, they don't care, and they never will. They've soon enough just play for another team. So in my mind, with respect to those players, as the organization, I'm going to definitely do what I got to do. And they don't have any say-so in that. And if I adhere to them, I'm making a mistake because I don't have to do that, and it doesn't benefit me to do that. I'm not better for it. So this is one of those situations where if you let players talk you into making bad decisions, you're going to look like a team that let players talk you into bad decisions. You know what I mean? We've been that team before, so I can't imagine why we would allow ourselves to yet again let that happen. So, I think the Lakers should definitely take their time, fire everybody. Jeannie Buss should be the only person left in the room, and then she should proceed to call some people that she does not know very well. People that used to GM other teams. Interview them. See if they can do the job very well for you. Hire them for the sole purpose of rebuilding this entire thing and empower them to do so without the presence of Clutch Sports, if it all possible. Because right now, I'm not liking nothing they're sending us. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling nothing they're sending us. I don't know what they on. That's how I feel about this talent. I'm like, you sent your very best guy, your very worst talent. I will never forgive you. That's how I feel about Clutch Sports right now. So anyway, that's what I got, man. As far as this Kings game, good luck, Lakers. Good luck. I'll tell everybody every day, never put any money on this team. The more losses pile up, the more confident I feel that you should never, ever bet on the Lakers 2022-2023 team. Absolutely not. No. They are 2-9 for a reason. They're going to be 2-10 tonight. This is one of those. It's not even about feeling defeated. It's not even about, I'm talking down to my team. It's none of that. It's looking at what they are and realizing that they are not any good. Like, it's that real, y'all. It's that real. They're not any good. You know what I'm saying? Half the team running around doing nothing. I'm waiting for a guy like Max Christie to get more minutes. Call up Scottie Pippen. Like, we got nothing to lose, man. I cannot stress this enough. Call up the guys in the G League. Too bad Swider's still dealing with the stress factor. This is the time for those guys. This ain't the time to be running around Kendrick Nunn no more. Kendrick Nunn needs to be traded immediately. If he has any value whatsoever, we need to retain that. Seriously. Because as we talked about last night, he's a system player. He must be in a system. And we don't have that system. We need more of a freelancing point guard who knows how to get his own shot, make something out of nothing, and work within the system. You got to be able to do both. He can't do both. When you give him the ball and say, hey, make something happen, it's a no-go. And we have learned that. So, enough. I'm sick of watching him run around out there confused and playing bad because of it. It's just to stop. If we send him back to Miami, where he can play in a system that he knows and knows him. Because this is just a failure. We cannot. We can keep running him out there. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and keep doing it. We'll see what happens. That's how I feel about that. Damian Jones, same thing. You know, we've kind of erased him from the rotation, but we don't have a whole lot of size. So you got to use what you got, man. I always say, if you're going to put him out there, just put him out there to do the things he's good at. Weak side, help on the blocks. He can block some shots for us from the weak side, and he can rebound the ball occasionally, even though he tends to not for some reason. And, of course, throw the ball up above the rim, and he's going to go get it. That's it. That's all. Like, that's literally all he's here to do. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why did he pick this guy up? Anyway, so that is what I have to say about that, man. I don't want the Lakers to do nothing. Certainly not making us less flexible for the benefit of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who ain't even going to be there tonight. You're not even there tonight. What are we talking about bringing you players? Bradley Beal going to be out here playing by himself. This is ridiculous. They really think Bradley Beal want to come here? Man, you crazy? Bradley Beal going to leave the home. The only home he's ever known to come to the worst team in the league that has no picks and no flexibility because of him. He's supposed to want to come to that. And the player that he said was his very favorite player he ever played with, Russell Westbrook, is leaving in this event, in the event this takes place. And y'all think that's something that's going to make me, the Laker fan, happy? We got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Bradley Beal eating up the entire cap, and we still got a bunch of bad players because of it. And you think that's supposed to, we're gonna get championship out there because that's supposed to work. Even though literally the whole league is full of teams that have depth, talent, young players everywhere. The only teams that went top heavy are the ones that suck. It's us and the Nets, and the only teams doing it. And the Lakers say, yeah, we're gonna keep doing that. That's gonna get us there. So, this is where I'm at with this. I want Jeanie to consider all that I've said. Consider the protest this evening. Consider what happens in the game tonight, which will definitely not be in our favor. And I want her to think long and hard about what the understanding of Anthony Davis's health really is. The age of LeBron James, we need to really, really, really absorb the truth about these guys. LeBron James is arguably the greatest player of all time, but he's at the end. This is the end. This is not the middle. It's not the near end. This is the final chapter. And what you're essentially doing is saying, after the final chapter, I don't have anything at all for myself. That's what you're saying, Jeanie. When you take the last 2 picks you got and send them to Washington, the place you sent the last plunder of stuff that you had, you're going to send that to Washington for an aging superstar. Sound familiar? Who has $54 million at the end of his contract. Who is known for shooting jumpers, scoring, no defense. And in your mind, that's the move. I think it's a bluff. I don't think anyone actually thinks it's a good idea. Certainly not the scouts. Scouts can't possibly think it's a good idea. It's a terrible idea. Because what you're going to be doing is leaning so much on Bradley Beal to stay healthy. You know what happens when that happens. You cannot. If the Lakers do that, I'm going to have bad things to say about Jeanie. Because I'm thinking there's a lack of common sense. When you make the same mistake several times and then you try to beat that same nail in the wall, stop it. Like, literally stop it. That's how I feel about this LeBron James era altogether. I understand that he brings a lot of money to the table. And if we're prioritizing that above everything else, then you're going to lose all of us. That's how that goes. You can't go all in for this guy at 38 years old. You cannot do that. You cannot do that and think that that is what is good for your business and good for your fan base and good for your future. It is not. At all. And like I said, if he wants to be a part of this, that's cool. I'm not saying he has to leave. He don't have to leave. But he does need to come up off of some of that cap space money so we can get good. And he does need to move a little bit so we can bring in some young talent, man. This whole him shooting the 3 ball to his, to the detriment of the team, I have had enough of that. I don't care about him getting in rhythm. Honestly, I don't care about that. I care more about everybody getting involved. Because he's not Kobe. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like, if he were somebody who looks to shoot the ball all the damn time, and that was his functionality as a killer, and I know he's going to string 20 points in the fourth quarter, then I say get your rhythm, because it makes more sense. But as somebody who facilitates the basketball, if your teammates suck, bro, then the only thing you really should be trying to do is get them the ball and make them better. Because you ain't about to Kobe it. That's not who you are. You're not about to Michael it. It's not who you are. So why do we need to sit there and watch you get in rhythm? See, these type of things, I'm just like, yo, I don't want to even think about these questions. I want him to go. I want him to take them questions with him. Because he brought this nonsense to us and we suck right now. And I'm mad about it. And that's it. That is it. I'm hearing the Russell Westbrook's value has gone up. I'm sure it has, because people want to see now. They want to take the 2 picks from us and take him because now he's playing well. Nah. The only reason why we want to give those 2 picks up is because we want to get him out of here because he was a problem. If he ain't a problem, what the hell I want to give up the picks for? And do not tell me to make Anthony Davis and LeBron James happy. That ain't a good reason. In fact, it's a very bad reason. It's a terrible reason. But if you prioritizing the wrong things, you're going to do that. And you're more worried about hurting people's feelings instead of your team being garbage. And yeah, you're going to, I'm so sorry, I'm worried about Bron. Okay, believe me, Bron's worried about Bron too. Who's worried about the Lakers though? Enough. AD and Bron. Y'all two supposed to be the top 10. When we brought y'all here, y'all was one in top 10 players. Two of y'all, we won with. It was 2 of y'all and a good team full of guys. If that ain't enough to get y'all where we need to go, then I must say it's irresponsible to build around you. Period. Forget everything everybody's talking about. Forget everything everybody's talking about. If those 2 and a good group of talent ain't enough to get us to the chip, then we need to let them go because they ain't enough to get us to the chip. Because building with 3 bodies is irresponsible, period. So if that's all they willing to play with, then they gotta go. Period. Because otherwise you're building in a way that doesn't allow you to win. You're just not going to win like that in this league. Whether they are aware of that or whether they believe that or not doesn't matter. The math is going to tell you that ain't going to work. So I am urging the Lakers to take this very, very seriously. Forget the basketball game. I don't give a damn about the Kings tonight. I really don't. I'm watching, but clearly that's not what's on anybody's mind. We want us to make the right decisions with our franchise, and we don't want to go further in for the betterment of the feelings of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That is absolutely how you get people to say, please, Genie, sell the team. That's how you get it done. That's how you get it done. That is exactly how you get it done. Because I'm telling you, we give up our last 2 picks for our expensive-ass Bradley Beal, and that's exactly what I'm going to be singing. I don't want to go there. Because I'm a fan of the Bus family, obviously. And I think the Bus brothers, they do a fantastic job scouting for us. I want them around. But Jeannie's decision-making has to improve right now in regards to who she keeps around her and what she's willing to do for our team. And if she's still listening to people telling her to go all in for this, and she listens to them after all this, well, there's no hope for us, man. There's no hope. You got to be legitimately tired of this. You got to legitimately say, I don't want to do this no more. I'm there. The fans are there. It doesn't work because we're building around guys that can't stay healthy. It's not because we're building around guys that can't stay, that aren't good. It's because they can't stay healthy. So if you bring another one that can't stay healthy, what do you think will happen? It's the Kobe Minute, man. If you guys watch the Kings game, of course, you know you can watch me afterward because I'll have something to say. But it probably ain't going to have much to do with the game. It's going to have to do with me more frustrated. Probably, because that's really all there is to think about in regards to this team. That's it. Team sucks. Have no picks. And they're trying to do things that dig us further into a hole. I'm hearing rumors about making bad decisions. What are we talking about? Lakers are rumored to make yet another bad trade with the Washington Wizards. What are we talking about? Anyway, man. De'Aaron Fox and Keegan Murray are going to have a good time beating up on our scrubs, man. That's what's going to happen tonight. And it's our fault because we have not traded Anthony Davis for a future. That's the truth. That's all. BDL 44. Thank you all for watching.